This is a really fun podcast.
Welcome back. Oh my goodness.
We are so back.
We just counted. It was like 8 or 9 months.
Yeah.
Way too long.
So much has happened.
There are so many updates that we could have like 5 episodes
Of
from
just
what has
updates.
happened in the last 9 months.
Crazy.
9 months is significant.
It is.
9 months is significant when it comes to like having a baby and like
Right.
mom's having a baby, which that's you.
That's right. I'm having a baby.
Our last podcast, you guys had no clue.
No idea.
No,
we
we
didn't
knew,
even know.
'cause we
We
weren't.
weren't pregnant yet.
Listen to this, guys. We have been praying. We
Yeah.
were praying because
Yeah.
we haven't had to pray anymore because the Lord said yes.
Here you go.
Here you go. To one of the biggest blessings that I feel like we will come across in our entire life. Hopefully more even after him, but
Yeah.
him. It's a boy. You guys don't know that?
Spoiler.
Oh my goodness. Where do we even start? So
don't even know.
we are due May 4th. May the 4th be with you. That's a hard thing that we've had to like come along because
This is true.
we're not Star Wars people.
We are not, but we did commit. If he is born on May 4th, we are all in.
We'll be all in.
We are Star Wars fanatics.
And I'll have to trade that because I've grown up being like a Lord of the Rings guy.
Right.
And typically people with that like Lord of the Rings or like Star Wars, it's not
can't
that
be
you
both.
don't like the other one. It's just like this is the one I got invested in.
Interesting.
And so I got invested in Lord of the Rings.
Right.
And so
Understandable.
But if he's born on May 4th, then we will become
We're all in.
Star Wars people.
But hey, we're praying for April.
April. We want April. Our first told due date was
April 26th.
April 26th, which is his cousin's birthday, Paxi. And so that would be cool.
That would be awesome.
But yeah, whatever it is, we're so excited.
Yeah.
It's wild. So yeah, so that's an update.
That's an
Is
update.
that we are pregnant. A part of that update is we went to the doctor in August.
Yep.
And at that doctor's appointment, it was like the first week of August. It may have been the last week of July.
I think it was actually September because in August
No.
we were in Myrtle Beach.
I know, but we had gone to the doctor before Myrtle Beach.
You're right.
So, which Myrtle Beach,
That was so crazy.
we're good.
We're good on Myrtle Beach. The people were awesome.
People are awesome.
We had a blast
Yeah.
with my family and my girl Em.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Are those the people you're talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Not the people in Myrtle Beach.
No.
We didn't really come across anybody in Myrtle Beach. I mean,
I'm
the
good to
servers
not.
and the waitresses and waiters, they were cool.
They were great.
Fine.
Great.
But yeah, the vibe.
Beach itself wasn't your favorite beach.
Yeah.
I mean, you also grew up Clearwater Beach.
Yeah.
So that also is just tough for you.
Anything.
But also like my Smith Point Beach, Long Island, New York was also it's just home. So even if it stunk, I loved it.
It was home.
So
Which is why also the nickname Myrtle Beach is Dirty Myrtle.
Totally.
And when we got there, we went to, I won't disclose which one, but I know we went to an IHOP.
Right.
And the chocolate milk that Lizzie had was like murky.
It's true.
And so I go, that's why they call it Dirty Myrtle.
There it is right there.
And everybody was like, now we see why.
Yeah. Makes so much
Anyways,
sense.
so right before we had gone to that trip, we went to the doctor.
Yep.
And the doctor said,
No more monkeys. Jumping on the bed.
they said, just by things we're looking at and results we're getting, it doesn't look like you guys will be getting pregnant. At least on your own.
Yeah, naturally.
You naturally.
You may be
won't-
able to do some things.
Maybe, yeah.
With medicine or just with additional medical help.
Right.
That you may be able to get pregnant.
Right.
But naturally with nothing, it's looking like it's impossible
It's
for you
looking
guys.
like it's impossible. And then, and we honestly, we came to terms. Like we were like, okay.
Because honestly, we expected it.
Yeah.
At that point, it had come to the point where we were like, honestly, from our past 2 years, it's seemed impossible because nothing was even remotely close to happening.
Right.
So then when it did happen, or when this had happened, we were like,
It was an answer to something
that makes sense.
and that's sometimes like, what do we call that? Closure? Like when you get an answer to something that you think is the case, even though it's like, well, it's usually always in like the negative. Like closure is like something unfortunate's happening. I just needed the information to kind of solidify it.
Totally.
And that was that for us. And so we were like, okay. And then that allowed us to decide or start to pray of like what next steps look like for us. And so if I'm right, I think it was either the last week of July or the first week of August. And then on August 24th, I believe it was.
I don't remember.
I believe it was August 24th.
Okay.
You know, the day before.
Yeah.
You're feeling rough in this
that
area.
Whole week was just kind of like
just rough,
painful, and I just wasn't feeling great. And we, like I said, we had just gone to the doctor.
We just got that.
So I'm like, my goodness, what is it now? Like, just something else is happening.
So, but why not?
But why not take a test?
Let's just test.
Just
rule
it out. Make sure that I'm going in with a clear head. You know,
and
as one does.
And almost 2 years ago to the date.
Yeah.
What we found out on a Sunday morning when we had our miscarriage.
Yep.
So August 23rd, I may be wrong on my dates, but I'm sticking with it right now.
Something close to that, something around that.
It was a Saturday night,
yeah.
And that's when you're starting to feel like this, or that week, and you're like, okay, it's Saturday night, I'm going to do this. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to do this.
Because they tell you to test in the morning. Yeah.
So it was a Sunday morning. It was a Sunday morning when you tested, and it was so much so that we didn't think it was going to happen that you always would record. You would always set it up, and you were like...
And I didn't.
I'm like, I don't need to.
I didn't set it up because I was like, I'm not. I know that I'm not. I'm not even going to have Daniel come in here because I'm just going to look at it and make sure that it's not.
I'm still knocked.
Sleeping, literally. It's like 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Church people, you get it.
Yeah.
And literally, I'm just testing, and I don't set up my phone. I don't do anything. 2-3 minutes goes by, and I'm like, all right, time to check it. And 2 very dark lines are on that test, and I'm in shock. So now I'm looking at it, and I have to start recording because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is it, which is crazy. So I start recording, and I'm literally in shock. The video is
a whole minute goes of you just looking at it, kind of like shaking a little bit.
Of just like trying to come to the realization of, okay, wait. Let me not get my hopes up because is this a false positive? Like, is this a faulty test? What's going on here?
So bring out the rest of the pregnancy tests.
All the tests I have in the closet.
I think you took 3 that morning.
Yep.
2.
So wait, I called you in.
Okay, yeah.
I called you in. I said, hey, Daniel, can you just come in here for just a minute? Because I didn't want to just, like, freak out because you're still sleeping. So I didn't want to be, like, frantic that something was wrong. But enough where it was like, hey, just
get in here.
Come on in here for a sec.
So in the video, literally, it takes me like 20 seconds because long. I'm like, oh man, like what?
I'm still sleeping.
What does she need? That's 6:30. Like girls take longer to get ready for church. Like I just hop in the shower and we go. And I walk in and literally like you're holding it up and I'm like, what? What is this? And I'm looking at it. And then I look up at you and I'm like, I go for the high five. And we high five. And then I'm like, oh, let me hug you. And so that was just so funny. So we literally go throughout that morning and the hardest thing of just not telling people.
Oh my gosh.
Like, especially like family and all these things. And
or even of what happened last time of the hardest morning in that way of like, well, at any moment this can go south, you know? So I'm like, I'm having the joy of like, oh my gosh, this is real, but also the anxiety of, okay, at any moment I could lose this baby, you know, which is just the reality of after
especially
you've lost and gone through infertility and all of that is like.
So literally I feel like every 10 minutes I was like,
we good? How you feeling?
I was like, we're still good, right?
We're still good.
So the church ends that day and we immediately book it to Target because we want to get the digital ones that say pregnant because you're like, I know all of these are the darkest lines and it's telling me I'm pregnant, but I need to see pregnant. Yeah. And so we get 2 of them. One, I think it came in a pack of 2.
I think it came in a pack of 2, yeah.
And so maybe TMI. Target parking lot.
I took it in a Target parking lot. If you know how to take a pregnancy test, you know why that's weird.
And so,
but I had to know.
And you know, it has the 4 like rectangles as they pop up, and it felt like it just was so quick.
So quick.
And it said it, and
oh my goodness,
we just freaked out, and it was it was so exciting. It's so crazy.
Fun.
So that was again. I'm sticking my story. August 24th. Due date is first week of May, maybe the end of April. And so we're under 2 months. Like we're almost there.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. So thank you everybody that's walked through this with us, celebrated with us, cried with us, brought us food. I mean, again, and I say brought us food, that was like 2 years ago, over 2 years ago now.
Literally.
So I know we've talked to those people already, but again, just a blanket overall thank you for everybody.
Yeah, seriously.
For doing that.
Huge blessing.
So that's crazy.
Yeah.
This scenery looks different.
Yeah, where are we?
We literally moved.
We bought a house. Another house.
We sold our house. Yeah, we have to. We don't
sorry.
have to.
No. We're not like that. We're not.
If we had the money, 100% would.
100%.
But we sold our house.
Yep.
And we bought this house.
Yep.
Another crazy story.
Huge
so on
blessing.
Sunday, we find out we're pregnant.
Yep.
On Tuesday, one of Rachel and I's favorite things to do, well, not anymore.
Previously. We will not be on this anymore.
No. Zillow. We would just go on Zillow and we would see houses in our area that we love. Yeah, even houses that were like $400,000 that were like.
That was the dreaming part.
Yeah, that's true. We would look at that, and then if tours were available, like we'd go and look at them. And
why? I mean, there's no harm in that.
No.
Yeah.
Unless the realtor, if it's like, why would they do that?
If you're a realtor and you're watching and people do this too, I apologize. Because we are those people.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. We're not. We're off your plate. Okay.
So, anyways, on Tuesday, you found this one, but what you saw on Zillow was just they were model pictures because only the foundation had been laid of this house.
Yeah.
And so, which is kind of crazy because like as that foundation was laid, it was like it almost felt like the foundation, like the next foundation of our life was being established.
Yeah.
You know, of like, are we going to buy a new house? We just found out we're starting a family. Like a foundation feels like it's being solidified for this next step. And so on Sunday, we find out we're pregnant. On Tuesday, we see this house. There's a model home down the road. Mm-hmm. We message in to Zillow and we're like, next tour. Did we see it that day? On Tuesday?
I think we did.
It was that same day. We toured the house.
Zillow's pretty good about that.
Yeah. And we were like, holy cow, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I think actually, yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
And the price point was decently in our range. And so we were like,
like,
okay.
Let's talk about it. So later after that tour, we talked to the realtor who we had just met for the first time. And she may even see this because we love Stephanie. But we talked with Stephanie and she was like, all right, so when we're like, we want to talk to a loan agent. Because also it had been over 4 years for me at this point buying our first house. And so I forgot about that process and I was like, well, let's get this thing going again.
Yeah.
And so, we got a pre-approval. It was enough. Then it's like, again, these are all those things where you're like, if it works out, like literally so many things have to go right.
Totally.
And you're like, the one time that something doesn't, it's okay. It's just on to the next one.
100%.
But things were just continuing to line up. And so that was on Tuesday.
Yeah.
We got a pre-approval. We put an offer in on Thursday. And maybe Wednesday afternoon.
I think Wednesday we got the pre-approval and Wednesday we put in the offer.
And then on Thursday, it was accepted.
Yep.
And we're like, oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
We still have a house to sell. Okay, sorry. And so now we're like, so Stephanie, can you help us sell our house? And she's like, yeah, let's do it. We left it staged because by this time we had moved some of our stuff back into my parents' house so we could leave our house staged.
We got a storage unit.
Yeah. And so...
But just the process had started.
Yeah.
Like we were moving out of our house at this point, which is crazy.
So, so all that was going on. We were getting paperwork, all these things. And so our house goes up on the market on a Thursday.
Yep.
It may have been a Friday. One of those 2 days.
It may have been a Friday. I don't remember. One of those two. Yeah.
So then on Saturday, we get a text message because of the portals and all these things of the housing stuff. On Sunday, there's someone scheduled to come tour your house.
Yep.
Prior to all this, in actuality, Stephanie was like, hey, just want to let you guys know, houses are minimum like 3 months.
So let's get up your house really fast. Because we want to make sure you sell before you have to fully buy.
Right.
Because that would just be crazy.
We would have in terms of money,
we had no money. Literally. So she was like, just be ready. Like try and get out of your house as fast as possible so we can put it on the market because 2-3 months is what the market's looking like right now. And we were like, okay, that's really, really good to know.
Yeah. But, and that's like, on a good day.
On a good day, 2-3
Yeah,
months.
and
We're seeing houses go 6 months,
Yeah.
a year on Zillow. And so we're like,
So,
okay.
all right. So Friday, our house goes live. You
Yep.
know what it was? Thursday, pictures were taken of our house.
That's what it was.
Friday, it went live.
Yep.
Saturday, we saw that there was a tour scheduled. And so Sunday, you and I are shooting a video
Yep.
on a Sunday.
Yep.
Talking about
This is after church.
After church,
Yep.
shooting a testimonial video and
Yep.
an announcement video for our church.
Yep.
Your parents were in town.
Yep.
My parents got to be a part of the video. And literally, I'm off to the side.
The video was that we were pregnant.
Yeah, the
we
video
were telling
was,
the
yeah.
church.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I'm off to the side. I had already shot my part. You're doing your part.
Yep.
And I get a text from Steph. Well, we see on our Ring doorbell
Yep.
that like someone was at your front door. So we are like, what is this? Saw it, and then for privacy terms, we're like, let's not watch what's going on.
Let them. Yeah.
So that all happens. They leave. We get a text from Stephanie, and she said, full asking price on your house was just offered. This is insane.
Yeah.
Like, whoever you have working for you. And we were like, it's the Lord.
The Lord.
Thank you, Lord. And so literally in 3 days,
Yeah.
we sold, our house was under contract.
Yep.
And then from there, it was just a breeze.
Yep.
The girl that bought our house is a Christian,
Yep.
works at Davidson College, has come to church a few times.
Yep.
She just got engaged.
Yep.
And like we're obviously we're not best friends with them, but like we know them.
We're
She drops off our
yeah.
mail for stuff that still goes over there.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're friends. And she, even when she walked into the home, she was just like, something felt different inside this house. And the countless people that we had over and having God honoring conversations and prayers that were had in that house and tears that were shed, but also trusting God through this whole process,
Yeah.
all of it.
Yeah.
And then she turned, and we have a little plaque that your aunt made for us, bought for us. That was our song, and it's a worship song, obviously. And so she read that and she said, this makes sense. These are Christians.
Yeah.
And so that's just crazy.
So cool.
That's part of like what all of you have missed if you're not directly in our lives.
Yeah, 100%.
Is that we are pregnant.
Yep.
We sold and bought a house. Like life is just, part of your family has even moved down here. Your
Yep.
brother
Yep.
and his family and your cousin
Yep.
and his wife. And it's just crazy.
Life is crazy.
It is.
We're overwhelmed with excitement and just trust.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's very easy now
Mm-hmm.
in this season to say that we trust the Lord, but just coming out of the season we were just in, of all the things we talked about our story multiple times on here, but just like right out of it being like, Lord, you have proven yourself time and time again. And then just to continue, he doesn't even have to, but he continues to just prove himself with, we're now pregnant. We just bought a house that literally everything seemed seamless. Everybody in the process was like, this is crazy. Like, this is not heard of right now.
Doctors,
Doctors,
everything.
realtors, loan agents, whatever
Yeah.
it was. Like, it's just crazy to see God's hand all over it. And so literally, like, if someone is in that season of, I just don't understand, I don't know what's going on, I'm waiting, I'm doing, like, just keep pursuing the Lord. I'm not saying that's going to happen for you.
Right.
However, the Lord does continue to prove himself in so many ways.
Whatever it is,
Yeah.
is exactly what, like, God knows best.
He just shows up.
And he shows up,
Truly.
and even if it's just like for you an awareness of his presence more, is enough. So yeah, like when you look back, it's like it felt like a blip. Like we're here.
Yeah.
Like it was 2 years, but that doesn't speak the same volumes when you're in it. Like
100%.
when you're in it, it feels like an eternity.
Feels like forever.
It feels like forever. And so so that's why I feel like always sharing your testimony. And when we talk about testimony, like not necessarily like how the Lord saved me, but like just our life testimony of like how God is working.
Your life should be a testimony.
Yeah. And so to allow people to see in of like, we persevered and counted it all joy through all that stuff. And I do believe that we are better because of what God did through the process in us and around us. And so, all right, so those are some big things. Is there anything else that we're missing off the top of our head?
Well, you're doing something pretty fun right now.
I am. I'm helping coach a high school baseball team,
you are.
and I love it.
Yeah, you do.
Baseball is like one of my biggest passions.
Yeah.
And so being able to, join that with how much I love like discipling and mentoring high school guys.
Young men,
it's awesome. So we've gotten to face some really good competition. We've put up some serious numbers too. It's fantastic.
They're continuing to grow as men and as baseball. As baseball people. And I just feel like truly you and Coach Nathan and Coach Mike are doing such a great job at just pouring into them, but also just showing them like what a man of God actually is, what that looks like on a day-to-day basis. And I think they need that. Like maybe their parents serve the Lord, that's great, but the school is also open enrollment. And so they could not. And so they need that spiritual leader in their life, and you guys are doing that for them, which is really, really awesome. Yeah,
it's fun. And if any of my boys are watching, you guys know who you are. We'll keep working, we keep grinding, all of that. But so coaching high school baseball. We have a son on the way. And he's got a pretty cool name.
He does have a pretty cool name. Do you want to say it or do you want me to say it? Well, he's got the same name as my wonderful husband.
That's right.
Daniel Steven Urena Jr.
And we'll call him DJ.
And he's going to love baseball.
Yeah, he will love baseball. I know, like, we don't ever want to force our kids to do anything.
But he does not have an option in this one.
That's the thing. It's like, we're not forcing you, but you don't have an option.
I don't know if that's the same thing, but it's fine.
So when we first found out we were pregnant, both of us were like immediately, it's going to be a girl. It's going to be a little girl.
That's right.
And we had a name picked out. We'll keep that one tight to the chest, so that all of our viewers don't, they can't steal it from us.
Steal our name,
I don't care if anybody, if this name is used a million times.
I still will use it.
This will still be her name.
100%.
So, but we thought it was a girl.
Yeah.
And so we were like locked on her name.
Oh yeah.
And so we didn't ever, we literally didn't think of boy names.
No, not even for a second.
No. And so then we did the early test, what is it called?
Sneak peek.
Yeah. And so the sneak peek was, some of you may have seen the video, but I took a baseball bat, you tossed a perfect toss for me.
Which I was so nervous about. We practiced multiple times and I nailed it. Thank you very much.
My swing was perfect.
Your swing was fabulous.
Any college coaches out there, I'm 29, but I still have 2 years of eligibility left. And so I will come and play if it all makes sense. And I'm not kidding. So my swing was perfect. I had to get in a little bit better shape. My swing was perfect and it exploded blue. And we were like, oh.
You've got to be kidding me.
and I'm freaking out.
You're elated.
Literally, people were like, the next gender reveal you have, if it's a girl, you better show the same excitement.
Have the same reaction.
But it was like, again, every dad is like, especially I have such a great relationship with my dad. Yeah. So I'm like, I want that.
Of course.
I want to have a son and all these things.
Of course.
And so when it popped blue, I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And so we freaked out. And at that, later that day, we were like, all right, what about boy names?
What are we going to name
them? And so eventually we got to this point where Rach was like, the girl name, and I love the girl name. Mm-hmm. It wasn't necessarily up to this point, of even getting married, but even before we talked about kid names before, but our girl name was the only one where you were like, this is her name.
It's a non-negotiable.
You will love it.
Anybody that I grew up with knows what the name's gonna be. But
and so it was almost like you were like, hey, I have a non-negotiable with the girl name, so you
can pick.
I'll let you lead the charge on the boy name. And I was like, really?
And also, I let you know, hey, if you did want a junior, you'd have to do this one.
Right.
Because
it doesn't make sense to
can't do it for the second boy. It's like if you regret it, ain't no going back.
Right. But I do know people that they actually have a second one.
Which is crazy to me. I've never heard of that before.
So anyways, so his name, is my name. And
so cool.
And we tossed, one of the names we threw out there, I think was Kenneth.
Kenneth was on the table. Kenneth,
because we liked the nickname Kenny. We thought that was cool.
So cute, yeah.
Kenneth, some other names, but they all just this is funny. We would share them with people and they're like, that's nice.
It's interesting.
Interesting. I was like, oh.
And I'm like, now I get why people don't share names with people because of the reactions people are going to have.
We were swayed.
It's going to ruin it for people.
We were swayed.
Yeah, but honestly, for the best. Because his name is DJ.
Yeah, so when we landed on that, it was like, yep. And so now literally, like I had lunch with Dallas on Friday and we were both talking about because they're expecting.
Yeah.
And so,
I don't know if they're sharing fully.
No. We'll keep that one.
Yeah.
But when he was talking about our son, he was saying, and so what do you like this thought for DJ? And I was like, I love it. Like, it's not just for your son or for your boy. It's like, this is his name.
Yeah.
So, all right. So coaching high school baseball.
Yep.
You're pregnant. We're pregnant. We bought a new house. We sold our last house. Church is growing. We're meeting so many new people. People are growing at church. So not only like numbers wise are we growing, but people wise, or depth in relationship and discipleship and personal relationship with the Lord, that's growing.
Yeah.
This is another cool one. FCA.
Yeah.
So shout out your hat. Yeah, shout out FCA. Thank you, Emily, for the hat. We were praying that Lord, when you do bless us with a child, that we know that like FCA, to the capacity that we're doing, because we would volunteer for it. We're not able to do it this much, but you and I were, Jordan passed it to us,
right?
And we were leading FCA with the students.
Yeah.
And but we were like, Lord, like we know that we want to start a family, and so what we also know what that means is like our capacity for leading this on top of other parts of life, church and friends and everything like that. That we were like, we just don't know if this we can do this at this capacity.
Right.
And so Jeremy, shout out Jeremy, he was like, I think he had reached out to us and he's like, hey, I think I'm in the process of being able to bring someone on to come alongside you guys with FCA. And we were like, oh my goodness, Lord, are you also like preparing us for something?
Right.
And so anyways, yeah, literally on a Sunday, we found out we were pregnant. On Monday, there was already a scheduled meeting with Jeremy, with Emily, and with us.
Yep.
And we had to push the meeting back because we had a sonogram that morning. And so I know. That. And Emily has like just grown so much in her role at FCA with Davidson.
Her relationship with the students.
Yes. Like
that was one of our prayers too, was the fact that we were so close with them already, because we had 3 years with them. 2 years with them.
This was our third,
our third year. That we had already been so close, and we were like, all right, Lord, whoever you bring, they've got to be cool, down to earth, and just like super relational, that they will just mesh really well. And that's exactly who Emily is in every way. So that was a huge answer to prayer. Even just for me as a girl in the girls' lives, was like, Lord, I'm not going to be able to be in the girls' lives as much. So please, whoever it is, like allow her to do that. And she, for sure, like killing it over our expectations.
Yeah. So literally all these things that God has just orchestrated, and when you in that same week, what a week.
What a week.
And so that's part of what this is even for, is just to talk about that kind of stuff and just testify of God's goodness, of his
brag on the Lord,
of his providence, of his timing. Like God is always on time. Like we often feel like there's a delay, it's late, all these things. But when things happen, like milestones like this of God moving in a certain way, all you can do is just testify his goodness and praise him and all that. So that's like just major update in our life. We feel like that's what this podcast was going to be. Because, there are some people that, you follow us on Instagram, or you even, if you're, in this area and we hang out, like, these things. But some people are a little bit like from afar and have like been like, they have our notifications on for YouTube, and they're like, I'm not hearing a bell ding.
What's going on?
What's going on? This is what's going on. And so thankful.
So thankful. But we're back.
We're back. And we're going to be doing this more often.
Definitely more often. Hopefully we'll have little man on here soon.
Maybe, I don't know if we can commit and promise to once a week, but
we'll see.
We sit here often and talk. And so we're like, well, let's just throw some stuff up and then engage with anybody that wants to engage with us
100%.
And hear about our literally, like, before this last year, I may have been like, our life's pretty chill, like it's whatever, But after this, I'm like, you want to know about what's going on.
It's pretty good. My life is kind of crazy.
And because we're just seeking the Lord and trusting Him, and
seriously,
and He's moving and He's putting people in our lives and putting us in people's lives and just doing amazing things. And so I'm telling you, you want to follow. So turn that.
Pretty cool.
Hit that subscribe button. Turn the notifications on. Hit the bells. It's somewhere. It's somewhere in here. Turn it on.
It might not be here, but it's like here. No, I'm just kidding.
And so thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
And
we love you.
This was a really fun podcast. Bye, guys.
Bye.